One thing to know about me is that I'm a process, structure, and organization freak. I organize everything. Hi and welcome to Bossing with Annie. My name is Annie and today I'm going to be sharing with you how I managed to balance my job with my side hustles and still have time to be a content creator. So this is just to help anyone out there who is also struggling to balance all that they do and still have time for their personal lives. But before I go on, I would like you to please click the red subscribe button below if you haven't already and like this video. If you've done so, please do keep on watching and enjoy. So I got a request for this video from my other channel, a.any. Although I already had it in my content framework, I was going to talk about it at some point, but I had to move it forward because, well, that's what someone wants to see, so it's a priority. Speaking of priority, I'll make that my first point. I'm able to balance all that I do by prioritizing. Let me give you a brief intro into other things I do apart from content creation. I work a day job remotely, I own an e-commerce beauty store, and I also sell products and services along with my content creation. For example, coaching sessions, digital products, templates, guides, etc. I sell all of that. It's not a lot, but if you begin to break it down, it starts to look like a lot. Now, as for priority always has to be based on something. For example, it can be based on what brings you the most income, what brings you the most joy, what brings you the most clarity, etc. So note that once you prioritize, that's what most of your time and most of your efforts, most of your energy is going to be spent on. For me, it's what brings me the most stable income for obvious reasons. That is why I give most of my time to. So once you prioritize your activities, the others don't actually have to suffer per se, but in order to ensure that they don't suffer, you have to put up processes in place to ensure that they can all function on their own without needing your active inputs. For example, for my beauty products and my digital products, I set them up in marketplaces where buyers can easily see them. So I'm not always actively trying to sell them myself. All I do sometimes is boost their visibility with ads and content. So they're just out there. They don't all get 100% from me. And this is what happens when you don't focus on just one thing alone. But the good news is that you don't always need 100% inputs to get 100% results. You only need 20% inputs to get the results. And that's when you know you're doing something right. Because imagine like toiling and laboring so much and then you're getting small results. It's better you find the strategy that works, that you only need to put like small efforts here and there, and then it's bringing massive results. That's when you're doing it right, not the other way around. So this 20% I'm talking about, you can put it in different things. 20% here, 20% there, 20% there for each of the hustles. My second tip will be to organize. So how do I organize all of these things? One thing to know about me is that I'm a process, structure, and organization freak. I organize everything. So for everything I do, I categorize them into three: my content brand, my beauty brand, and then my job. And my job kind of ties into the other things I do, so they're not that different. I have a schedule for every single thing I do. I write weekly to-do lists and I have spreadsheets for all my processes and for storing almost every data. So I have like templates, everything. There's a system in place. So I don't just spontaneously wake up one morning and say, oh, today I'm creating content. This is what I'm doing today. No. Or maybe I'll just wake up and say, oh, I think I'm going to upload some products on the website today. No. There's a process for that. I don't just wake up and say I want to do this because I feel like doing it. So when you get your process right, it helps you stay organized. It leaves you less confused, and you can give more time to other things that don't already have processes yet. So imagine you having to start from scratch something that you already did before. Just doesn't really make sense to me. So there is a system and process in place for when, what, and how when it comes to my own dealings. So the chances of me doing things outside of my to-do list is very, very low. Unless maybe I just feel like doing it and I have spare time. For example, I watch movies a lot. I don't write that in my to-do list. Like the next thing I do after I finish work, maybe I finish working early, is to start watching a movie. So it's very important for you to be able to organize all your activities in a way that you understand them, and therefore you are able to coordinate them effectively and efficiently. From the grassroots, I have a spreadsheet where I write all my income streams from each of the three categories I mentioned earlier. That's my content, beauty brand, and each of them has its own baby and multiple income streams. For example, for my brand a.any, that's the content, I have income streams like brand deals, sponsorships, I sell one-on-ones, freelance gigs, YouTube AdSense, fan support, hopefully soon. I also have a spreadsheet and templates for every activity I need to carry out for each brand. For example, I have a spreadsheet for my content framework where I plan out my whole content workflow. In that spreadsheet, I also store all my ideas, all my content ideas. I have pitching templates for reaching out to brands for sponsorships. I have templates for scripting. Yeah, I'm not just talking to you off the top of my head. I have it scripted. I have my database for clients and so much more. It just helps the whole organization thing easy. It helps me manage time too. So this is so that I'm not spending so much time looking for some information here and there when I should be spending that time doing productive things and channeling my energy towards things that will bring me immediate results, you know. So you always need to see what you're working with at a glance. You have to be a very organized person to be able to do multiple things at a time. So with regards how I balance creating content with my job and everything, actually interchange creating long form content of both channels. I have a set day every week where I film the content for the following week. So let's say this week I will film one long form content for A.NE and one short form content for A.NE and one short form content for Bossing with NE. The following week I'm filming one long form content for Bossing with NE, one short form content for Bossing with NE and one short form content for A.NE. So each channel is having some activity going on it every week, except for weeks where I really can't film. And I've made it a plan to, just try to make up for the following week, even if it's short. So I'm going to film next week and next 2 weeks short if I know I'm not going to be able to film the following week. But if circumstances happen and I'm not able to, then till the following week I can film. It's just me doing the best I can do. So I edit the content each day after work. I also organize the content I create based on the topic pillars, so I'm able to touch on each topic for each channel. So for this channel, I have like maybe 5 different topics. I have career, I have business, I have personal development, I have personal finance, I have lifestyle of a girl boss. So that's like 5. For the other channel, I have 3 topics. That's beauty, elegance, and personal development for elegant women. So that's like 8 different topics, and I have to touch on it. So this week, I'm starting with beauty for A.NE. The next week, I'm doing career for this channel. The following week, I'm doing elegance for A.NE. Following week, I'm doing business for this channel. It's not like I just up and say, okay, this is what I want to create, so this is what I feel like creating. No. Unless I don't really have something I'm ready to talk about that is under my content ideas for that topic, then I'll just leave it. I used to do that before, like random selection, and that's because I had not found my voice then, but now I have like a direction, and yeah, it's getting clearer to me, so it's kind of easier. So I'm going to touch on these ones in detail in their own individual videos, the spreadsheets, the templates, and I'm going to be attaching them and a link to where you can purchase them and all of that. I'll think of the templates or the spreadsheets to attach or whatever it is I think would be relevant to this video. So you can always check the link in the description if I eventually leave it and then make a purchase. Don't worry, I don't charge too much for my templates. Let me know what you would like to see first in any subsequent content. Number 3, plan. Plan. You have to be very intentional about making everything that you do work. You have to be able to coordinate them properly so that they work. And this can only happen if you plan. I would say that you should first start with a goal on what you want from each of the things that you do. So for my content brand, I have set goals for that. For each of the income streams, let's just say for YouTube, I have goals for YouTube. For the products I'm making out of the content, I have goals for them. So you have to set goals so that you have a clear direction. So next, you have to think of the activities that you'll be undertaking to ensure that you are directly achieving those goals that you set. So these activities, I incorporate them into my to-do list. I've spoken about something related to this in a previous video, so you go and check them out. The video about how to stay consistent with working on and achieving your goals. So you can check it out somewhere here. You can also check the description below. I'll leave a link. Next thing you will do under planning is to again focus on priorities. Don't make a list of time-consuming activities that will not yield anything, that don't move the needle. Ensure that every activity you are planning towards achieving your goals is directly related to bringing the results that you want, not, so many distinct. Just Don't waste much time in those many activities, especially if you don't have enough time on your hands. You have to be very intentional about what you spend your time doing. Don't make plans that you know within yourself that you will not act on. Don't do that. It's only going to confuse you, and it's only going to make you keep procrastinating. You end up not doing anything about them. My fourth and final tip would be to execute. Execute. I mean, that's straightforward, yeah? You can plan from now till Jesus comes. If you do not make moves, if you don't put structures in place, nothing, and I mean nothing, would work. So one good tip is that you should set automated ways that the things that you do will not really require your active input, and they'll still be able to function on their own. At least not all the time they need you to be here and there, jumping up and down. If you work a full-time job, you don't need to overwhelm yourself with so many activities that would require you to always be there. Yeah, like I said earlier, I set up my products on marketplaces where people who need this product actually come to check for those kind of products and they buy. I don't have to be there all the time to ensure that they work. So if I run ads 1 or 2 times, I'm getting my products to the faces of people. People are seeing them, right? You can also delegate your activities or hire people to work for you, but remember priorities. If you work a 9 to 5 and you have a business, you can hire somebody to oversee the activities of the business, or maybe some of the aspects of the business. Or if you create content, you can also outsource things like video editing and some of the things that don't really affect your creative input. For example, I cannot hire somebody to talk on camera for me. I don't yet outsource anything I do, but I hope to someday, because there are some aspects of my business and content creation I really do not like to involve myself in. Video editing is fun, but I don't like the fact that it takes up most of my time. Like last night, I had to stay up till 1 to edit my video because I didn't finish my work in time and I really didn't want to carry it over to the next day, so I had to stay up. So if I can outsource my video editing, sure, I'll be creating like more content. I'll be dishing out more content. Like, it's so easy to sit down and film, but editing it will work. And in case you're wondering, yes, I do have time for my personal life. I go to the gym, I go for karaoke, I also hang out with my friends from time to time, but I don't do that as much because I'm not even an outgoing person, I'm an indoor person. That's probably why I won't have more time to do all the things I do. I work remotely, so it's not really a problem for me. I'm not really a social person, so I would say that my work, my hustles, they form part of my social life. If I was not creating content, if I was not selling to people, the rate at which I interact with people would be way lower than I do. So because I create content, I have to be on socials, I have to be all of that. God knows if I was not doing all of that, the chances of people finding me anywhere will be so low. But I'm okay with the lifestyle until maybe I'm not. Maybe something changes somewhere along the line. I grow and I feel like I don't like the life anymore. And yeah, it's a change. But now, right now, I am very okay with this lifestyle. I'm literally tired of talking. I think I've been talking for long, but I hope I've been able to help somebody out there to be able to figure out how to balance multiple projects and hustles and activities. I would like you to leave a comment below if you enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to see more like this. You want me to be spilling more of my tips, which I will even if you don't ask, but I would just like to know that someone out there is finding it helpful. Also leave a comment on which of my templates you would like me to share. Maybe I might even leave 1 or 2 for free at some point. But hey, I constructed these templates. So even if I'm not giving you for free, you should be able to understand and you should be able to support me because you are getting this small information for free. Thank you so much for watching. I would like you to be a part of my community for boss girls, and I can only do so if you hit the red subscribe button below. Turn on all post notifications to know whenever we make a new post, and like this video. You can also share with people around you so they can also join this community, watch my videos and get learning. So please don't forget to check out the pinned comment below for more information and the description for links to related videos and maybe templates if I leave them there. You would also see a link where you can book a one-on-one session with me. If you need personal coaching sessions where you want me to personalize these tips to your own lifestyle, you should definitely book in that one-on-one session with me, okay? I'll be glad to have you. Until my next video, please do have a good time and keep bossing. See ya and bye!